always been slightly resistant to showing stand-up comedy films at the festival. It just hasn't ever quite clicked with us. That's not. And then when we saw this film, we knew we had history with them, and it was so goddamn funny we had to show it. Welcome back to the festival. Please give a warm welcome to Louis C.K.
Much because I just want you to enjoy the movie, but I want to thank Trevor and John Cooper. These guys have been here since I was at this festival the first time in 1982. That's a long time ago. And I came here with a short, and these guys were here. They programmed it. And the funnest part of the festival was coming here to the Egyptian for midnight movies. And I remember thinking, I don't want to be at the Eccles Theater at 8 p.m. with a bunch of distributors buying my movie. I seriously used to think I want to be at the Egyptian at midnight, because when I was here in '92, when you just see movies all day, there weren't any Sundance parties then. You just go to movies all day, and then everyone would come here and watch like really fucked up Andy Warhol films. Turn the heat off in here, and everyone would just sit there and shiver and look at out-of-focus nonsense. And it was great. I just thought if I could be here for that ever, and I'm here, so this is a great night for me, and thanks for sharing with me. The film is just me, and it's a show. I shot it in Milwaukee. But I shot it to seem like a movie of a stand-up show instead of just whatever. Before the film, there's a short that I made also that you can watch. It's not the thing that with the first thing you see is their thing. I mean it's good. I just don't want you to think it's my thing. And then the short. And then the movie. I just want you to be. I don't want you to get scared of what's going to happen. Enjoy the film, and I'll be here afterwards for a Q&A and answer any of the questions that you might have. Thanks a lot for coming. Thank you very much, folks. Did you enjoy it? You had a good time? Was it good? Well, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. You can ask me anything you want, really. Tell me about the film. Yeah. Well, let me hear it. Racial, scatological, and sexual. Did it take me a while to get comfortable doing that stuff? Yeah. I used to, for the first like 20 years I did stand-up, I would have thoughts that were really sort of extreme, and I'd go, how do I say that? And it would scare me to say it. And then at some point, it just went away. I don't get scared to say anything anymore. As long as it feels real to me, as long as it feels like a real thought that I believe in and I can defend, I go ahead and say it. It doesn't occur to me anymore that it's not a good idea. As long as I really think it. Yes?
Like early on, you talked about like when you were fucking a dead kid. I just want to hear how upset we get.
Yeah.
And so, how much of your comedy is about laughing at how uncomfortable we are?
How uncomfortable, yeah. Well, that is definitely a place where I would say that's the one place in this show where I'm just enjoying that dynamic. And also because I know it's going to be okay. I think the things I say that follow it, I'm just playing with a really fucked up idea there. I'm playing with it. And I think that people tend to trust me with those ideas for the most part. So I am playing with the audience and saying, ha ha, I just said fuck dead kids. But, yeah. So yeah. But most of my comedy isn't me just going ha ha. But it does happen once in a while. And I feel that's my entertainment in the show. And I probably do it like once a show. The rest of it is for you. Sure. No, it's okay to say hilarious about comedy. That's totally okay. That's an appropriate use of the word. Is someone who's being funny to make you laugh, not just that you fucking saw somebody. That's upsetting. So you're welcome to use hilarious. Sorry, go ahead. No, I didn't have that privilege. I didn't. I never had a time where I was like getting laid and getting high on the road. I probably would have if anybody wanted to fuck me or give me a joint. Because I started when I was 18, and so I was just lonely on the road. I'd go do some club, and when you start, you do like Holiday Inn, restrooms and stuff. And you do a show. You go to restaurants, and people are like eating like they didn't even know there's a comedy show. They're like, I'm with a date. Why do I have to listen to this shit? And then you do the show, and you're ashamed to get paid because it didn't go well. And there's nobody there to fuck you. It doesn't work that way. So and now it isn't. I'm a grown up, and I have kids. So when I go on the road, now every time I go on the road and I do theaters, I'm preparing for something like this. I have a cycle where I start with no material at the beginning of each year, and then I build the material through the year, and then I go to theaters and I refine it, kind of put a polish on it in the theaters, and then I shoot one of these, and then I throw the material away. And start. Well, as far as when my kids see this stuff, this is material about having young kids and the frustration of not, of trying to raise them. And I think that that's something that they'll understand. I think they already do. My daughter, look, I'm talking about her shitting on the floor and laying in it. But she was 3. Nobody can blame you for doing that when you're 3 years old. Position. Yes?
Thanks. You mentioned in the short film you have that show coming out on FX. I know it's a real show coming out.
Yes.
Yeah, I was wondering, is that going to have like short films like you showed or on your YouTube video?
That short film was actually going to be in the show.
Nice.
The show's on FX, which is a network that's they're really liberal with language. They let you say a lot. And I showed them this and said, can I use this? And they're like, no. What is your And it was interesting. I actually had a conversation with a woman, a standards woman at FX who controls what gets said and what doesn't. And so we used that as a test case. And I said, what out of that is going to make it on my show? And she said, it's nothing about the individual thoughts, it's the tonnage. That's the word she used. She said, it's just the tonnage. It's just so much. And this woman, she's very eloquent. It's really fun to listen to have these conversations because she's very serious. She said, a cock on the shoulder like a parrot, maybe, but not after the 2 cocks in the ass and a sword fight. It's just each piece individually. She said, the only thing I think we'd never would use is 2 guys shitting in your mouth. But even that it's context. And I'm not sure. I said, could I ever say shitting in the mouth? She said, I don't know, we haven't had that, but I don't know. I said, what about shitting in Hitler's mouth? And she said, maybe, I'd have to hear that. So it's my endeavor to say shitting in the mouth on FX. But it has pieces like that where it's me and having moments and stories, and then there's stand-up in it too. The new batch of material that I have now, I'm showing in pieces in the new FX series, which.
Yeah, I saw you in Ogden like less than a year ago.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thank you. Ogden. I played Ogden. It was awesome.
When are you gonna come by again and do some fresh stand-up?
Well, Ogden was partly in preparation for this, so you probably saw this material. So now this is gone. I can't go on the road now because I'm doing the FX series. I'm shooting, and I can't just run out and do shows because they have to be great. I don't want to go back on the road. So probably in the fall, I'll go on the tour again, and I'll certainly hit Ogden again because that was a good time. Yes? There's places I won't go back to. Yes?
What's the challenge in trying to evolve your comedy from being a single guy to a married guy to a married guy with kids to a divorced guy with kids?
Well, it's good that my life keeps getting ruined and changed. I always have new things to talk about.